Haiti is hurting. The pain is palpable in every corner of this beleaguered nation. The small Caribbean nation is grappling with an unprecedented surge in violence, a crisis that has left no one untouched. Armed gangs have tightened their grip on the capital, Port-au-Prince, turning it into a battleground. Thousands of innocent lives have been lost, leaving families shattered and communities in mourning. The international community watches with concern, but its response has been slow and inadequate, failing to meet the urgent needs. Haiti stands on the brink of collapse, with its infrastructure crumbling and its people in despair. The situation is dire, demanding immediate attention and action from both local and international actors. Haiti's history is marred by political instability, natural disasters, and deep-rooted poverty, creating a complex web of challenges. The assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021 further plunged the nation into chaos, exacerbating the existing turmoil. This power vacuum allowed armed gangs to flourish, seizing control of key areas. They now control key infrastructure, including roads and ports, further destabilizing the nation. The rule of law has crumbled, leaving a vacuum of authority and justice. Fear and insecurity are the everyday reality for millions of Haitians who live in constant uncertainty. The violence in Haiti is not just a national crisis, it is a regional and global concern, affecting neighboring countries and beyond. The humanitarian crisis is worsening, with resources stretched thin and aid slow to arrive. Access to basic needs like food, water, and healthcare is increasingly limited, pushing the population to the brink. The international community must act decisively to prevent further suffering and instability, providing the necessary support and intervention. Haiti's future hangs in the balance, and the world must not turn a blind eye to its plight. Port-au-Prince, once a vibrant hub of Caribbean culture, known for its lively markets and colorful buildings, is now synonymous with gang violence and lawlessness. Armed groups control vast swaths of the capital, terrorizing civilians with impunity and creating an atmosphere of constant fear. Kidnappings for ransom have become a daily occurrence, with families living in dread of their loved ones being taken. Businesses are shuttered, schools are closed, and hospitals are overwhelmed by the influx of victims. The city is paralyzed by fear, with residents too scared to venture out. Statistics paint a grim picture of the violence, showing a sharp increase in crime rates. In 2024 alone, over 5,600 people were killed in gang-related incidents, a staggering number. Thousands more were injured or kidnapped, adding to the city's suffering. The actual numbers are likely much higher, as many incidents go unreported due to fear of reprisals and lack of trust in authorities. The gangs, heavily armed and often better equipped than the police, operate with ruthless efficiency and little resistance. The Haitian National Police, weakened by corruption and a lack of resources, are struggling to contain the violence and restore order. Officers are often outgunned and outmaneuvered by the gangs, making their job nearly impossible. The lack of security has created a climate of impunity where criminals act without fear of consequences. Criminals act with brazen confidence, knowing they are unlikely to face justice, further entrenching the cycle of violence. The Cité Soleil massacre in December 2024 stands as a chilling testament to the brutality of Haiti's gangs. The Wharf Jeremy gang, notorious for its ruthlessness, unleashed a wave of terror on the impoverished neighborhood. Over 200 people were brutally murdered, including elderly residents falsely accused of witchcraft. The massacre sent shockwaves through Haiti and beyond. The sheer barbarity of the killings, including mutilations and burnings, horrified the world. Bodies were dumped in the sea, denying families closure and adding to the trauma. The Cité Soleil massacre highlighted the urgent need for international intervention to protect civilians. The massacre also exposed the deep-seated social and economic inequalities that fuel gang violence in Haiti. Cité Soleil, one of the poorest and most densely populated slums in the Western Hemisphere, has long been neglected by the state. The lack of basic services and opportunities creates fertile ground for gang recruitment. The international community has responded to the crisis in Haiti with a mix of condemnation and limited action. The United Nations Security Council has imposed sanctions on gang leaders and implemented an arms embargo. However, these measures have had little impact on the ground. Weapons continue to flow into the country, fueling the violence. The UN has also deployed a small peacekeeping force to support the Haitian National Police. However, the 430-strong mission, primarily composed of Kenyan police officers, is woefully inadequate to address the scale of the crisis. Calls for a more robust intervention, including a full-scale peacekeeping operation, have been met with resistance from some countries, including Russia and China. The United States, Haiti's largest aid donor, has provided financial and logistical support to the Haitian government and security forces. However, U.S. policy towards Haiti has been criticized for its inconsistency and focus on security over addressing the root causes of the crisis. Section 5. The roots of despair, poverty, impunity, and corruption. The violence in Haiti is not a sudden eruption. It is a symptom of deep-rooted problems that have plagued the nation for decades. At the heart of the crisis lies a toxic mix of poverty, impunity, and corruption. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Decades of political instability, economic mismanagement, and natural disasters have left the country with weak institutions and a struggling economy. Over 60% of the population lives below the poverty line, and access to basic services like healthcare and education is limited. This widespread poverty creates fertile ground for gang recruitment. Young people, often with limited opportunities, are lured into gangs with the promise of money, power, and belonging. The lack of a functioning justice system and rampant corruption further exacerbate the problem. Criminals, including gang leaders, operate with impunity, knowing they are unlikely to face consequences. Section 6. The Crumbling Foundation, a history of instability. To understand the current crisis in Haiti, it is essential to look back at its tumultuous history, which has been marked by a series of unfortunate events and external pressures. Haiti has long been plagued by political instability, foreign interference, and natural disasters, each compounding the other to create a cycle of hardship. These factors have created a legacy of trauma and weakened the country's ability to address its challenges, leaving its people in a constant state of struggle. Haiti gained independence from France in 1804 after a successful slave revolt, a monumental achievement in the history of the world. However, independence came at a price, as the new nation faced immediate economic challenges. France imposed crippling debts on its former colony, hindering its economic development and placing a heavy burden on its people. Throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, Haiti experienced a series of dictatorships, coups, and foreign interventions, further destabilizing the country and preventing any long-term stability. In the 20th century, the United States played a significant role in Haitian affairs, occupying the country for nearly 2 decades and supporting a series of dictators which only added to the nation's woes. These interventions, often driven by geopolitical interests rather than a genuine desire to help Haiti, exacerbated the country's problems and hindered its ability to develop sustainable democratic institutions, leaving a lasting impact on its political landscape. Section 7. The world's neglect, a shared responsibility. The crisis in Haiti is not just a Haitian problem, it is a global responsibility. The international community has a moral obligation to act to alleviate the suffering of the Haitian people and help the country find a path to peace and stability. For too long, Haiti has been neglected by the world. Its problems have been dismissed as too complex, too intractable, or simply not important enough to warrant sustained attention. This neglect has allowed the current crisis to fester and grow, with devastating consequences for the Haitian people. The international community must move beyond words of condemnation and take concrete action to address the root causes of the crisis. This includes providing substantial financial assistance to support Haiti's economic development, strengthening its democratic institutions, and promoting good governance. Section 8. A call to action restoring hope in Haiti. The situation in Haiti is dire, but it is not hopeless. There is still time to act to prevent further suffering and help the country rebuild. However, action must be taken now, before it is too late. First and foremost, the international community must prioritize the protection of civilians. This requires a significant increase in the size and mandate of the UN peacekeeping force, as well as targeted sanctions against gang leaders and those who finance them. The arms embargo must be strictly enforced to stem the flow of weapons into the country. Second, addressing the root causes of the crisis, poverty, inequality, and corruption, must be at the heart of any long-term solution. This requires sustained investment in Haiti's economy, education system, and healthcare system. It also requires supporting civil society organizations working to promote human rights, good governance, and the rule of law. Section 9, Conclusion, a plea for Haiti's future. Haiti stands at a crossroads. The path ahead is fraught with challenges but also with hope. The international community has a moral imperative to act to help Haiti break the cycle of violence and instability and build a brighter future for its people. The Haitian people have endured unimaginable suffering, but their resilience and spirit remain unbroken. They deserve a future free from fear and violence, a future where they can live in peace and dignity. The world must not turn its back on Haiti in its hour of need. The time for action is now. Let us work together to ensure that Haiti's future is one of hope, not despair. Let us stand in solidarity with the Haitian people and help them rebuild their shattered nation.